So, like, you can see that the Boulder Field goes up for, hundreds of yards. But what's troubling to me is that it's scary to even take my phone out of my pocket, because look at these kinds of, like, that goes down about 2 stories. Like, you drop your phone and you're done. But once that we get up higher, I'll climb in a few of those chasms that are bigger up top, and you'll see they are pretty cool. So here I am, like halfway up the first Boulder Field at 1,000 steps. A little bit further down, I got really scared and got stuck for a minute, but I shook it off and now I'm up here. Look at the size of that rock there. I mean, that rock is like 10 times the size of my house, This place is amazing. I guess it's from glaciers or a meteor strike or earthquakes or something, but it's just, I really love coming to places like this. I wish that I could share it more with like Donna and my mom, but it's not as easy for them to get up to these kinds of places as it is for me, so, oh well. Yeah. There is so much spray paint here that it's just like crazy. The trees are even like Dr. Seussified, Weird. So once that you're most of the way up the first Boulder Field, you come across this area. Like, look down in here. It's like an impenetrable fortress. Imagine if you were trying to defend this point as like a strategic point in a battle. Nobody coming from down there would be able to do anything. You're behind a 2-foot thick wall of solid rock. Like, this would be one hell of a place. But I mean, aside from having that cool little fortress, it's not like it's much of a point worth holding in any kind of a war. Like, there's nothing here. Except there are power lines at the top, but they could be cut at any point, so. But it is just an interesting little fortress. And over there, you can climb through, but it's kind of like you have to put your hands out against the walls and shimmy your way. I don't think I'm doing it today. Look at this interesting tree. It just comes like flat straight along the rock. And then hangs way out over there, but it's like you can sit on it and like make it move up and down and all, but just look at how weird it grew, just because it's stunted because of these huge boulders, Yeah. That's another angle on that weird little fortress area, and then you can see down the Boulder Field about 100 yards or so. It looks like I've only got maybe 50 more yards of the Boulder Field to go, and then I'll get into an area of caves and all, so that's a lot less strenuous and more fun. Yeah. Alright, so I know that it's not easy to totally see everything, but this is more or less like the tip top of the first Boulder Field. So next up, there's like a large area of like caves and stuff. Yeah. All right, fought through some more woods and finally caught back onto the trail, thank God. But this is the place that I remember from the other day. I know that there's some pretty cool little passageways. Not like officially what you would call a cave or a cavern, but some really interesting passageways down through all of these rocks, you know, like you can see there, like where my finger is, like there's different entrances. I'll get down there and then I'll record again. So you can see that like people have slept down in there, and this obviously has been people's little campfire in the past. But here's what we got going on over here. Like you can see the rocks are massive, just over my head, you know. The other day, Brian went through there, but I went through here. And to be honest, I guess Brian didn't go much of anywhere. That just kind of leads right to the sky. So I'll try to do this again, but I want to do it with the phone in my hand, but we'll see if I can. So you can see there's other passages out of here like that I'm sure animals use sometimes. And unfortunately, there's always litter. But, like, look up above me. This is crazy. Like, there's a way out. There's a way out. There's a way out. I don't know if I can do this with the phone in my hand. I can't. Okay, so this is after I made just that one move. Like down there is where I was. There's that litter. And now, like you can see, somebody's even had a campfire here in the past. But so, once that you're up here, like it's pretty much the coolest thing you could ever want to see. This place is great. Like, if you were like a hobo or an animal or something, this would be a great place to live. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go home. Because I'm not a hobo or an animal. Alright, so this is on top of that rock that I was just underneath, showing you all the little passageways and all. And there are a few more like boulders up through there, but we have come past the best of it all. And then once that you get up to the top, the very top, you're on like a power line, and there's like a tower there that I guess if you wanted to, you could climb up it, but it's, you know, it's an electrical transformer tower, so it's not a good idea. But yeah, so this is the place. I'm glad that I came today, and I'm glad I made this video so I can show it to my mom and to Donna. Yeah. Alright, so here's some kind of a, I don't know, some kind of a teepee or something that people made. Some kind of a shelter, I guess. Here's the door. Oh. It's actually a pretty cool door. Alright. Oh, and it's built around an actual living tree. So, when you're inside, it's just kind of like this, but it would give you zero shelter from the rain, but you could wrap a tarp around it, and then you would have good shelter. But, I mean, somebody spent a long time building this thing, so that's pretty cool. They built it right by this big boulder. Oh, it looks like they were considering, I can see the beginnings of one over there. They were considering making another, I guess. Oh well. So this is kind of like a second boulder field that begins here, but these boulders are much, much bigger, and they're what comprises the beginnings of those little passages. They're not really caves, but they're just kind of little, you know, crawl spaces beneath the boulders. So from here, it's just a long trudge down the mountain and back across the major boulder field, so that part sucks. Who bothered to play tic-tac-toe? Like, you just wanted to vandalize so badly, but you had nothing to say. Idiots. Here's the northern part of the Boulder Field that I was in earlier, but I just didn't walk through this part. It's tough to really show you on video, like you can't really see the boulders so easily, but I mean, they're massive. They're all around. I'm sure you can see most of them.